Hello guys, welcome back to Gaming Tidbits, and this time around we're going to talk about Cyber Gadget's upcoming multi-console system called Retro Freak, which is basically a direct competition to the Retron 5 because it does everything the Retron 5 does, but also, all the systems, like the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Genesis, Mega Drive. The reason what makes the system have 11 is the fact that it's support for PC Engine TurboGrafx 16 games and even Super Graphics cards too. So that's what puts this system in direct competition with the Retron 5. But that being said, this was just announced not that long ago. The system's already got pre-orders up for it. It's already on Amazon in Japan. Basically, when you go to Cyber Gadget's website, the base system according to their website is like $20,000, which comes out to $162 US, and then the one with the adapter for like almost every system, controller adapter, which they did promise would work with the Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, PC Engine, Super Nintendo control pads. That one's like going 23,000 yen, which is basically 186 US. Again, currencies change all the time, but more or less that's what it'll be. Not overly expensive. But what's interesting about that is the fact that the actual adapter for the control pads for the systems is actually separate. That it's not built into the system. I wonder if it was just too complicated with that many systems to just make that work not separately, because I know this question was brought up for some people, because I think it would have caused a lot more headaches to have the adapter for possibly every control pad built into the system, so that's why it's separate and extra. But it does come with its own two controllers, if you had to live with those controllers, obviously. And again, it looks like a pretty cool system. It has red, it's very much the color of the Famicom system, with the red and the I don't want to say cream color, but white color. It looks a lot like the Famicom when you look at the color of it. Again, these are cool for people who just want to hook this up to their regular TV and new TV and play their favorite console, whatever console that may be. Right? You put the game in and play it. It is interesting how this this side of the homebrew scene and the retro console scene is it seems to be more people are taking a chance of building these consoles, and some of it may have been the how well the Retron 5 had done and how many people attention it got that drove other people. You know what, I can do it and I can do it better. Someday we will have a retro console that fits all of our retro systems, but then again, as more things go retro, it would be impossible for everything, right? I mean, but we are getting okay, these are the systems I always play on. This might be great. And, this could be, again, the ultimate, in a sense, emulation like the Retron, because you're loading it into the actual system. But, the other cool thing about this system, what I'm talking about, is the fact that this does support the Famicom expansion port too. So, if you had anything that needed to run on that, then this does that. So again, it's really cool how these things are developing and how they're getting everything a little different nuance to work, right? So eventually someday we're going to get a machine that's going to cover like the NES through the Nintendo 64 hopefully, where we could play all those games no matter what region it is. Since those consoles are region locked, it'd be great to have something to play them all and every different version, right? Like, okay, Japan had the N6, and the 64DD. Can you imagine if you had a system where you could play that since it didn't come out over here and stuff like that? But again, this is really cool if you want somebody who doesn't own a Retron 5, or is a system collector in general, who wants to play all your retro games in one place on your TV, or maybe you have your regular consoles like in your game room, but you want to play every once so often in the living room or whatever, bedroom, whatever. This could be a nice alternative to play all your games. So, what do you think about the Retro Freak? Are you interested in it? Or were you like, I turned down the Retron 5, I'm not interested in this either. The price is not like unrealistic price compared to some things we've seen come out in the past for, homebrew systems. Again, this would be cool if I wanted to play upstairs, if I want to just have a system up there to sit up there and play the game, put the game in and play, play my favorite games up there. But then again, it's not much for me to. There is a thing to be walking down into your game room with your own peace and quiet and playing your favorite game too. But what do you think about the new Cyber Gadget Retro Freak? Are you interested in it? Not interested in it? I think it's a cool thing. I think if we get one of these that we can get the prices down on them and cover. I think really it's really got to be the NES almost through like the N64 generation. That's really the generation I think a lot of people want right now. I mean, due to technologies after the 64, you get really hard to be adding a lot of stuff into the system. But obviously, as technology gets greater, they will compact everything down. But what do you think about this? Would you be interested in buying this, or are you just like, I'll just play in my system? Like always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll make another video soon. Later.